The weather forecast calls for a storm watch until further notice.
Greetings and welcome to Storm Watch. It is Wednesday, April 11th, 2012. As always, I say thank you for tuning in. I encountered something here, an article on businessinsider.com. That's businessinsider.com. It's a title that certainly grabbed my attention. It should grab yours as well. This article is titled, Russia is massing troops on Iran's northern border and waiting for a Western attack. And again, this is businessinsider.com, which I consider to be a fairly reputable source. It's not Debka-file. All right. The Russian military anticipates that an attack will occur on Iran by the summer and has developed an action plan to move Russian troops through neighboring Georgia to stage in Armenia, which borders on the Islamic Republic, according to informed Russian sources. Russian Security Council head Viktor Azarov said that Russian General Military Headquarters has prepared an action plan in the event of an attack on Iran. Dmitry Rogozin, who recently was the Russian ambassador to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, warned against an attack on Iran. Iran is our neighbor, Rogozin said. If Iran is involved in any military action, it's a direct threat to our security. End quote. Rogozin now is the deputy Russian prime minister and is regarded as anti-Western. He oversees Russia's defense sector. And I would guess that, yes, he's probably anti-Western. I will continue. Russian Defense Ministry sources say that the Russian military doesn't believe that Israel has sufficient military assets to defeat Iranian defenses and further believes that U.S. military action will be necessary. The implication of preparing to move Russian troops not only is to protect its own vital regional interests, but possibly to assist Iran in the event of such an attack. Sources add that a Russian military buildup in the region could result in the Russian military potentially engaging Israeli forces, U.S. forces, or both. One more paragraph here that I'll share with you. Informed sources say that the Russians have warned of, quote, unpredictable consequences, end quote, in the event Iran is attacked, with some Russians saying that the Russian military will take part in the possible war because it would threaten its vital interests in the region. Okay, and those vital interests are, of course, Iranian oil. Russia wants to have a considerable piece of that oil activity. As I read this, it brings to mind biblical prophecy. That is, the prophet Ezekiel, in his book, in chapters 38 and 39 of the Old Testament, he prophesied what is referred to as the Gog-Magog War, where Russia and Iran, Iraq, other Middle Eastern countries, Syria, Turkey, you can interpret it as saying Germany as well, all move on Israel in some manner of major military attack. But God does step in with fire and hailstones and repels this military move, knocks the aircraft out of the sky. It is a major miracle, a major sign, a major wonder. It's no wonder for me, but as I read this does kind of bring to mind that bit of biblical prophecy. It's very likely that Israel will feel compelled to go after Iran very soon because of that nuclear threat, and Israel needs to protect herself. Israel is the apple of God's eye, and she certainly does have, I believe, a degree of, therefore, some supernatural protection. But this retaliation could be considerable. It would negatively impact our way of life here in the United States of America, with gas prices already between $4 and $6 a gallon, depending on where you are in the country. With grocery prices escalating along with the increased fuel prices. I mean, that includes diesel fuel and trucks and trains which move groceries and other products that we rely on. This could be a major catalyst, a major push into the full immersion into the SHTF scenario is what I'm trying to say. So we, again, need to be prepared. Stock your storehouses, non-perishable food, water, medicine, clothes. You know the drill. Be prepared to defend yourself, not be offensive, but defensive, if you have the responsibility and maturity to handle firearms. But most of all, ladies and gentlemen, as we see potential biblical prophecy being set up here, know Jesus and know peace, and look up, for your redemption draws near. God bless you.
Look up, for your redemption draws